Hey, I'm Jeff and I sing.
I'm Patrick, I play bass.
I'm Jared, the lead guitarist.
And we are
August Rising. We we started out, we played the Whiskey, numerous times. We played, in the Hollywood scene. We played around town. We like playing, more on the festival type, circuit. But we also like, the intimate venues, smaller venues, so we can, have in contact with our, our audience right there in front of us. We really like that feeling of.
So we've played most places on Sunset. And,
yeah.
We play a lot of local places in Ventura. Medium-sized festivals,
OC Fair was fun this last, what was it, last month I think it was? It was just, it was a big venue, professional stage. We got treated like any really big name act would get treated, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I had a really good time playing in Valencia, actually. Had a really great sound guy named Matt that did a great job for us at Rockin' Summer Nights in Valencia, and it was a really good setup. That's West Entertainment.
Cool. Was it like a big show or a small show? You played full set? Or?
Oh, it was a large show. We played for 2 hours. We were the only band.
We were the exclusive.
They actually blocked off like 3 sections of the street. It was cool. It was a real big venue. Our biggest size crowd has been maybe 1,000, 1,500 people, and we've played to just a few people in a bar before. It's kind of the story of every band. You'll play something really small, try to work your way up into playing large venues. But yeah, we've played in an audience where there's just a couple people there, and we try to approach every show the same. And even if there's just a couple people in the audience, we'll really try to give it our all. It may be more challenging, but you can't approach it from any other mindset. Then you just have to give it your all, even if there's just a couple people in there, because you never know who's sitting in the audience.
Everyone is feeding off each other's energy, and we're all having a good time. I think that's what we all. I think we all really enjoy that. I think the most. So.
Yeah, my favorite type of crowd is really more of just the energy that we can create between us and the audience, and especially if people really seem to be enjoying our music, or even if they know it,
singing along.
The more people in the audience that can sing along to our words and everything, that it just means that much more. There's nothing like when you're singing a song on stage and the people are singing along with you. It's a really great feeling. It's a self-titled album. It has 11 songs. And it took, I don't know, maybe between 1.5 years to 2 years to write and record. It was definitely a process. It was our first album. We learned a lot about what our strengths are when it comes to about ourselves, and what our strengths are as a band, and write, just how to write, as a band. Because when you get all these types of personalities together, what kind of music do you listen to, Patrick?
I like Lenny Kravitz, Earth, Wind and Fire.
Yeah, and I love the Counting Crows and Radiohead and Coldplay. And what do you like, Jared?
I'm the classic rock guru, I think.
Yeah, he is.
You couldn't tell, right?
Jared's all about Slash and Jimi Hendrix. Yeah. But I mean, when you get all these types of personalities together, you record your first album. That's when you really learn what you have. And the biggest thing we learned is how to write to our strengths. A lot of people will focus on maybe something that they're not strong at, but what we learned is how to write to our strengths, and collectively. Yeah. And so that's what the first album really taught us about ourselves. My personal favorite is Save the Day, which is the second song on the album.
What was it about?
That's about, it's basically...
Just personal life.
Yeah, my personal life. All the songs. I write all the words for the songs, but that song is basically when you are almost like, I guess you could say, invisible. Like there's someone who you are really attracted to or whatever, kind of have a yearning for, but you almost feel like you're invisible to them. And like if you were put in a situation to where you can do something to gain their attention, or to even be like a hero or something. Yeah, I know it sounds cliche, but we always kind of fantasize what can you do to really stand out to this person, whether it's be in the right place at the right time, where you can you really kind of save the day, literally. That's why I kind of named the song that. So that's really more or less what it's about, being invisible to someone. That's an easy one. What do you think?
That's Lay Your Hands on Me. Yeah,
Actually, a lot of people have their own. People say that each person has their own favorite, but collectively, I think "Lay Your Hands on Me" is probably mostly everyone likes that song.
Yeah, what that's about is when you're just going through a really tough time in life and you need someone to lean on or something to lean on, and that's like kind of just going through the process of healing and learning that you can't do it by yourself. You need someone or something to help you through it. And I've had, we've been asked all types of questions what that song's about, but it's more or less, I always try to tell the audience it's not what it's about to me, it's what it's about to you and how you interpret it, and whatever you would help you get through a tough time in life. The process for me is...
He goes into his cave for about a year.
Okay.
I don't hear from him. He writes in his diary. It's journal.
Actually, I did keep a diary.
Oh yeah, journal. Sorry.
It's a journal. No, I always start off with the guitar part first, and I'll create, and whatever I determine the mood of that is, then I'll try to write lyrics around that process. For me, the process is always like I'll come up with one line that kind of sticks. And then I'm like, then I know what to kind of center the song around. What that one line can be kind of obscure or not have a very specific meaning, but in my head, in accordance with what the mood of the music is and what that line means to me, then I'll kind of have an idea of what to write around. We actually do play some covers, especially if we're playing a longer show. And the reason is especially for people who aren't that familiar with our music or who even don't know it at all, it's a good way to keep them kind of interested in what's going on, and especially if you can do your own version of a cover, something that you can kind of make it to where it's unique. And I know that Jared we've all gone back and forth, on which covers we want to play. You can kind of tell them how we go about choosing them.
It's more of a democracy, I think. Like obviously, I'm the classic rocker. Let's play Guns N' Roses. No, it's not going to fit our style. Obviously, it's not going to fit our style. It's just kind of a joke, actually. But we kind of have a democracy and kind of pick, bring it up between the whole group. And I just think that, we're living in America and it's democracy anyway. So might as well vote on it. And
and we actually try to choose something that's not similar to our style, because if it's just one of the. It's much cooler if I heard, for instance, Coldplay do a song that's completely unrelated to their style and make it unique, as opposed to if they just played like something that's very similar to their style. So we try to also choose this outside of our style.
Even though I have a set thing that I play, a map, I always, every single time I play, to keep it fresh, I throw in something new. So one time at a show, if someone saw us, say in Denver or whatever, and they saw us in somewhere else, at least from my point of view, my guitar solo will be different in that song than from in another state, in another country. Like I just try to keep everything new, it keeps everything fresh.
We're actually not signed to a label. What we signed was with Citation Records. Jared can go into the specifics on that if you'd like.
It's not really necessarily a record deal because the record is already done. Obviously, the first record that we did, it's more or less of we have the product for the label, and the label has the connections. So it's more or less of a kind of a licensing and placement thing that they're going to help us out with. And it's just kind of their whole thing, like Wind Up Records, their whole thing was developing career artists. Like a lot of bigger labels, they'll just try to, how much money can we make off these artists, whatever. They're really trying to find artists that they can work with, and both of us it's a win-win. We have a good product and they have the connections. We both come together.
Yeah, what we're really excited about with Citation Records is we're going to be working with them on like Jared said, what's called getting placement, where they're going to be focused on getting our songs in commercials or TV shows or movies or something along those lines, because obviously the way that the record industry as a whole has evolved is getting a placement in a major commercial or movie in many aspects is huge.
It's a home run.
Yeah, it's a home run, more so than it ever has been before. So companies like that have the connections to get placements, we're really excited to work with. It plays quite a bit. I mean, like I was saying, you know, we've had a talk, and we've been studying a lot of what successful bands do to be so successful, and we've learned more and more that it is about what you perform on stage or how you perform on stage. Everything leads to how you perform on stage, and if people come to see you and they like you. And social networking is just another aspect in it.
You on stage.
Yeah, is another aspect of how to get fans to hear about us. I mean, the majority of our fans, we have a lot of fans, and even in different countries, and that's how they hear about us. You know, and the goal is obviously we're trying to keep as much communication open with these fans, so when we do tour or play in their area, they can come see us. You know, that's the #1 goal for us. That we want to be able to play for these people, because we get a lot of requests to play all over. And you know, that's really where social aspect. I mean, Jared, like he said, he's the one that's on the computer the most.
Yeah, I'm the nerd of the band, so.
And he really works.
I guess
hard
it's a
at
good
that.
thing. I don't know.
We're playing several festivals in the month of October. We're playing the Avocado Festival in Carpinteria, October 1st, I think. And
City Arts in downtown Ventura.
Yeah.
Arts in the Park.
On the 17th.
Chamber of Commerce in Ventura, yeah.
and the Ventura Harbor. So, you know, I don't have all the dates, but if you go to our website, you can see it all, augustrising.net.